All right, so this evening what we're going to do to this Wild Tracks, this is John Carson's Wild Tracks Bronco with Central Kentucky Broncos. We just got off a group ride. We're just sitting here BSing, drinking a beer, and we looked at each other and we're like, hey, you wanna get ready to install those ADSs? So we just kind of looked at each other and pondered this and said, why not? So we have the rears in, and we're going to go ahead and start working on this. So John's going to jack up the back, and then we're going to take the wheels and tires off, and then take those factory shocks off, and then we're going to take a look at these ADSs in just a moment. So we got to go ahead and pull the fender flares out, and then on these Sasquatch shocks that we have, John has some shock protectors under those, so we have to pull those off too. So he's just undoing, what is that, a little 8mm, 7mm?
7mm.
We probably got about, what, 5 or 6 of those?
Yeah, push pins.
A couple of push pins. Might be good idea to pull the fender flare just for extra space. We got to go ahead and get ready to pull that shock out. Yeah, they're all push pins. And then we got the that little one that's in the front that is on the frame that has to come out too because it sits down inside there.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 2.
Yep.
And then you got wing nut up here.
1 or 2.
1.
Yeah. So we went ahead and pulled the fender liner because we're going to have to get these bolts undone. But next, this is the shock, the Bilstein shock, and then those are aftermarket shock protectors. So we're going to go ahead and remove that next.
You wouldn't go get a ratchet 9/16 wrench, would you?
Yep. So here we go. We have the driver's side shock out. It was very easy to do. Like I said, you'll just have 3 18mm nuts up there. The shaft will come through. And then what you want to do is drop all the tension off of the axle, and that spring will decompress and it'll be real easy to get off there. And I believe we use like a 22 or 24mm to get that bolt out of the shock perch right there.
This is the reservoir holder that goes on these places that Ford has already put in there.
Okay.
ADS has come up with these. This is what holds your reservoir.
Oh, I see. It's like a cylinder shape there, and it's U'd right there. Okay. And then that cylinder is going to go vertical.
Reservoir sits in here, vertical.
Cool. All right, that's already mounted. Now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to modify the liner to be able to fit behind that bracket, which is no problem. Having a nice little oscillator tool or Dremel will make quick, easy work of that. So when you go to put your shock in, you may have to take a second jack and kind of lift some of the axle up. Because that perch is at an angle, those threads want to kind of stick in there. But just some soft, gentle twisting, and we got it to set inside there. And then John's just taking a 15mm socket right now and tightening up those 3 bolts at the top. So we got that mounted up. Now what we need to do is we're gonna jack up the axle and then take a pin, put it through the lower shock mount. We just cleaned up that lower shock bolt, and then we're gonna put the skid back on, and then the driver's side will be done. After we drink more beer, clean the frame, wash the fender flares, and put it back together.